All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. This is an oil and energy sector review, but really in more ways than one. This is definitely a recent runner review as well, okay? Dropping 35% on a single day is huge, okay? And really, when you see volume like this, especially, the question is going to become, is this thing going to sustain tomorrow? Or is this just a pump and dump, which everyone hates to see, right? So we'll talk about the technical shortly. Real quick, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. I'm probably going to delete these and draw some new ones because it has been a while and you can clearly see it broke them all, right? But I do draw these horizontal support and resistance lines manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it does do well with the YouTube algorithms. But even if you don't, just thank you so much for your time in watching these, okay? And look, I am not perfect. I do not have a crystal ball telling me what tomorrow's going to look like. So these are just my opinions. And if you disagree with them, please throw it in the comments, all right? I'm not a hater, and I would love to know if you're right instead of watching my money go the wrong way, right? So nothing's financial advice. We are just educated people discussing here, okay? So look, let's get into it. And you know I always say 80% of the work is up here, but I really think the story's going to be volume tomorrow. Look, on yesterday's action, we only traded 70,000 shares. Do you see that volume right there is 69K? The day before it's 61K. The day before it's 70K. We haven't crossed 100,000 in so long, and then boom, we drop 18 million shares. That is, I don't even know what the multiplier is right there, but that is a silly movement of decimals, right? That's at least 100x, I think. Again, I'm not trying to do quick math in my head, but the question will really be this: are we going to go back to volume that's so low you barely see candles? You kind of see some right here, right? Or are we going to stay around here? Look, we cannot go lower than like 14 million shares tomorrow. If this thing goes to 10 or anything lower, that's going to be really ugly and a quick way to drop us back to 550. But if this thing can hold, man, there's a lot happening up here, okay? And again, first off, I think I recently redrew some lines and it looks like moving averages have caught up. But yeah, we just destroyed so many of my lines. We just destroyed 4 moving averages. And what I was going to do is, look, we are over the 200 moving average for the first time since June of last year, basically. It's almost been a year, actually. So INDO's done some silly things once it's been over all the moving averages. It literally happened right there when it just went silly. This is the second time that we're over all the moving average. Let me delete these lines right now. I said I was going to do it just so you guys can see clearer. Delete the lines, delete all lines. Oh, come on. What? I'm sorry. Delete. Delete. Let me try again. Let's see if it'll... I'm sorry. Delete the last 3. Come on. Get rid of them. Okay, cool. You see this? This is where it breaks all the moving averages and then goes silly. I'm not necessarily assuming that this is going to break and then again go as silly, but hey, I'll take it even if it goes near halfway. That's 6 to 16. That's well more than double, right? There's a lot of things that could happen, right? I'm going to draw a line right here. I'm going to draw a line right there, and then let me zoom in a little bit to get more. This is probably the most important line here, I think. There. I like these. I think that's a good next couple tiers, okay? Honestly, the safer trading is clearly getting over this 780 line. If you break 780, there's really not a lot stopping you from hitting this 11 number, and then honestly, maybe even going as high as like 13, 14, give or take, right? But that's the juicy trading. But again, what matters tomorrow is confirming, and honestly, confirming kind of means getting near this 7 line, because again, we destroyed 4 moving averages, right? That's not an that's that I need hard confirmation. I love... oh, did we not? Okay, this was 645. Oh, we broke it by a penny, people. Nice. I love it. Again, you see the biggest candle to the left closed at 645. It's that green number on top. We broke it by a penny. I like that we broke this and we broke the 200. I'm telling you, I care less about this one day and more about confirmation, because again, what did we just say? There's really a lot of reason to believe this thing will go to 11 if not 14, right? So confirmation's going to be important. And yeah, even if you wait for confirmation, there still could be some juicy trading happening. But I could very easily see this dropping to 620, 625. That's the 200. I can easily see this dropping to 580. I can also easily see this dropping all the way down to 560. All right, I think those are going to be the tiers down. I'll draw those. Let's draw those. Why not? Okay. Okay. And then basically this one. I don't know if those were exactly the numbers I said, but yeah, I think actually what I did say was that was going to come there, and that's stupid to draw, so I'm not going to draw that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I don't need this one. I think it'll come to the 200. If it loses the 200, it'll come to this one. If it loses that one, it'll come that one. I think those are the lines down. So it really shouldn't lose these two, because again, it's really hard to break to. You can see it struggling with that line too. I think the fact that it's over it, it should land here and then hopefully go back up at worst case. But yeah, these are obviously going up. These are going up. These are going up. These are going up. But none of that matters to me except volume and closing around 703. That's going to be the big story for Indo tomorrow, okay? Just looking at the weekly, look at where we're at on the weekly, all right? We have not been over the 8 and the 20 in a long time. Today, we got over the 20, all right? I don't know if that means we're going to run to the 50, but just look at this 780 number basically, right? You see that's almost completely parallel with the blue 100 moving average. That's going to be a hard line to break for sure, okay? But if that breaks, again, I think it just screams. There's a lot of reason to believe that it's going to run maybe 9. This line doesn't even matter on the weekly, right? This is kind of saying more that 13, 14 that we were talking about. So 780 really is the money line for Indo on this one right here, okay? And yeah, I don't think there's too much more to... Oh, okay, yeah, again, look at that. Again, look at this. Once this breaks, you have, yeah, 780. There's so much screaming. 780 is the money line here. I don't think there's too much more to talk about on Indo. CEI, hey, I'll be honest, I have not been looking here. Look, if you watch my videos, I am very focused on AI right now, right? But look, I always say it, right? Red should turn to green, and that's exactly what happened here. Volume's been really nice too. This is an important plateau to break as well. Oh man, really, this is going to be the money line. Break 198. And man, there's a lot of reason to believe you're at least going to come to 3 in all honesty. And going from basically 2 to 3, that's a nice 50 burger to take home. RSI is not that high. We're closing in on 0. You can actually even see the volume that we're sitting on with CEI is not even necessarily like crazy volume. So man, there's a lot to like. Obviously, you can call this 230. Sorry, I didn't mean to click it. The money line if you want, but honestly, for me, I think getting through this plateau, maybe even 209. 209 is probably the safer money line if you want, but yeah, I'm okay with it being the top of that. I think that's an important line for sure. I'm not gonna lie, I would set an alert. All my money's in AI, so I know for me, there's no reason to do it, but yeah. 198 is definitely going to be your money line. Again, I do like the indicators, and I don't see that same like volume pump scare that we just saw with Indo. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think this looks really nice. And hey, we just broke the 50. Give me good confirmation, because look at how long it's, oh my gosh, it's been since May. Look at this, since back here. Basically almost all of 22 and coming into 23, we've been under that red 50 moving average line, except for today. That's huge. 189. Crush it. And yeah, 3 looks realistic. Nice. CEI. Crushing it. IMPP. Let's wind it out. Okay, we just talked about the 50 on CEI. We're going to talk about the 50 on IMPP. Clearly, it wanted to open up here, but it dropped down. Again, I talked about upgrading my candles on this view. This green outline is good. This green filled in actually isn't. All right, I know it's green because, yeah, yesterday we were down here and now we're up here. Yeah, we did. We made 6%. That's for sure cool. Somebody bought at 23 cents and watched it drop to 21 cents. They lost 10% today. Someone actually even bought up here at 24 and went even lower, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is cool, but I'm seeing a rejection on the 50. You know what I mean? But hey, we're over the 8, we're over the 20. I like that we just use the 8 as a good bounce point. RSI still looks nice. MACD is getting so close to 0. Volume, again, is actually still looking all right. Let me just kind of zoom out. This is what I wanted to see. Where are we in terms of like that? Look, we're roughly in the middle range of high volume here. So you definitely need some good high volume to help break this 50 because honestly, I'm not really even seeing this thing break the 50 until back here in all honesty, right? So it's been a while under that line, but good confirmation would take this from 21 to 20, or what is this, 24? Sorry, 22. Break 22. And yeah, the goal would be take it to 27 because again, red. There's actually a lot of reason to believe we might even take it to the purple right here, right? But nothing will happen until we break the 50 moving average, which again is sitting around 22 cents. So hey, maybe even just set the alert at 23 cents if you want, just to be a little safer. And yeah, hopefully you go up from there, right? But yeah, RSI is definitely nowhere near that overbought number. So I mean, I this should still keep going in all honesty, right? Just make sure you get over the 50 one more time. It is no joke, all right? Definitely gets over it here and actually bounces on it once. That is interesting to see. All right, so hey, maybe there's a shot. Look, it wasn't that long. Again, I hope you see it, right? We break it, we lose it, we bounce on the 20 right there, but right here, I'm for sure calling that a bounce. Maybe it's a bounce on the 20 now that I'm saying for sure and kind of double checking myself. So maybe we actually haven't bounced on the 50 just yet. Watch the 50. That's the moral of the story here. So, hey, these are just my opinions. If you disagree with anything, please let me know. Otherwise, hey, thank you so much for your time.